Hey, what's up? Welcome to the channel. I'm just some guy. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. If you're not new here, well, welcome back. So, this is a topic that I've struggled with for a really long time, and somebody brought this up in the comment section, so I figured I'd take a little bit of time to talk about it. And I was starting my morning. I thought about a little bit of things, and then I was like, I'm just going to turn the camera on. We're gonna talk about this, and that is making friends as an adult. Now, it's tough. It's really hard, and a lot of times you don't even know where to start. How do you, as an adult, make friends? Now, and there's a difference, right? Let's pull this back a little bit. There's, in my opinion, a big difference between a friend and a work friend. There's a big distinct thing here, because I've had a lot of work friends, but the moment that I stopped working there, where are they? We're buddies, man. We went out to lunch together every day. We talked about stuff, things, and as soon as I moved on to another company, done, gone, lost contact with them. In the digital age that we live in currently, it's easy to make friends online, right? If you're in a Discord group or you play a game, let's say you're playing World of Warcraft, you've got World of Warcraft friends. And the moment that you stop playing World of Warcraft or something along those lines, a lot of times those people drop off too. I think that one of the big problems is how do we maintain friendships? I have very few friends. I have a lot of acquaintances. I have people that I know, but in my opinion, I have very few friends. And I think that as we isolate ourselves more, and this has actually probably been true of a lot of people, a lot of adults throughout the years, right? Is you have these delineations of friendship, right? You go, oh yeah, neighbor Bill, he's all right, I guess. Yeah, we'll go out in the morning and, on Saturday after I mow the lawn, me and Bill will have a beer and just kind of bullshit. But do you really consider that your friend? Would you get out of bed? One of the things that I've always thought about, right, when it comes to friendship, would I wake up at 2 a.m, answer that person's call, put my shoes on, get in my car, and drive an hour one way to jumpstart their car? If the answer is yes, I consider that person a friend. If the answer is I probably wouldn't even pick up their phone call, yeah, they're an acquaintance or less. Now, to be fair, I probably would do that for a lot of people because I'm a nice guy. But it is what it is. You set like a barrier of like, this is a friendship. This is I'm not going to go out of my way excessively to help this person out. Like, I would help out an acquaintance, but like friends, there's like this much higher barrier to assistance. And so I think that as adults, it's tough to do that because I feel like that builds up over time, right? You're not going to just be like, oh, I met Steve at work and, we talk every so often. Mostly whenever Steve has an issue, that's when Steve will reach out to me to talk. But outside of that, it is what it is, right? You've got to build these communications. You got to have like similar interests. And I think one of the big things is, right, is it's tough that we isolate ourselves. We've become such an isolated peoples, and it does not lend well to creating lasting friendships. But the big thing is where do you even start? Well, that's a good question, and I wish that I knew the answer to that one. One of the things I've always been told is go join a club, go join a group, go join something. And you know what? That's probably good advice, but you run into the same issue where, okay, so like I used to do SCA, which is the Society for Creative Anachronisms. And Jonas is watching this and going, yeah, he did. And the thing is I brought Jonas into this. Now, Jonas has made a lot of good friends through the SCA, and he's been doing it for quite a while. And I would wager that there's probably a good couple of, and Jonas is a pretty nice dude, but, he can rub some people the wrong way sometimes, I'm sure. Not me, but, I'm sure that if Jonas were to quit tomorrow, he would have at least a handful of people that he would be able to converse with and stuff like that outside of it. Now, when I quit, I wasn't in it for very long. I thought that I had some okay friendships, but the problem was as soon as I quit, well, all they wanted to do was this thing, and I didn't want to do that thing anymore. I moved, I, bought this house, and, things kind of fell through, and then, well, I never talked to those people again. So it becomes one of those things where it's very much like work, it's very much like, anything else, is how do you transition that friend who just has that interest into somebody that is long term. And because we're so isolationist, because we are socially awkward, I'm super socially awkward, we have a hard time continuing that when we don't have that immediate similarity of interest, right? Like once you've moved on to something else, the moment that you do, they're like, well, I'm not interested in that, so I'm not interested in conversing with you because, well, I'm not interested in the things that you're interested in anymore. And we have to, because like there's a lot of things that, and just for context, Jonas is my best friend. There's a lot of things that Jonas is into that I'm just not into, but at the same time, I'll listen to him, talk about it. It's not a big deal. Like, I think that's one of the things is, it's the same thing with like a relationship is you don't have to one-to-one love everything that the other person likes. Just listen to him. Just listen to him talk about it. And the same goes for him. I'm sure there's so many things that I yap about that he's not even remotely interested. But we live different lives, but we can still come together and be like, hey, you're quite literally my best friend. Jonas is a case where he lives a lot more than an hour away. But if Jonas called me at 2 a.m, first off, I'd be like, why are you calling me at 2 a.m? But if I needed to, I would get in my car, I'd call off work tomorrow, I'd go do whatever it is that I needed to do for that person. And it's tough to find that. It really is. And we are so isolated that even if you find another person, it's just everybody is so socially awkward. And you want to know why it is? It's because we don't have to be, right? We don't have to be socially adept because, well, we have the internet. If we don't, we can find somebody to talk to about whatever it is that we want to talk to at any given time. And I think that we've lost the ability to talk and empathize with people that don't share 100% of the things that we like. And we've become semi-selfish, I believe. in our mindset, where it's like the moment that somebody starts talking about something that we're not interested in, ignored, and so by having that rapport back and forth, like, I'm not really that interested in VTubers at all, but if one of my friends wants to yap about VTubers, I'll listen to some stuff about VTubers. I don't know much about them, but tell me about your favorite VTuber. Why do you like Maury Cantaloupe, over the dog one that says yabai, I think. Look, I only know about VTubers from memes, all right? But that's one of the big things. That's one of the big things for me, is trying to listen to other people. And the other thing too is, I personally feel like sometimes I'm annoying. Like, I don't know when to reach out to people. Like, am I coming off too strong? Like, am I yapping too much? Like, oh, I sent them like 5 messages in a row and they didn't say anything. And then I don't say anything, and then they don't say anything for a while, and then you just don't talk. I've got a friend, Gary. We talk like once every couple of months about anime. Like, his sister quite literally works at my house, and I hardly talk to Gary. But when I do, I think it's also, I don't know, man, like, it's so weird between people, and you've got to like figure that part out, right? And like the cadence of how much you talk. Like, me and my dad, we could go months without talking, and then we'd hang out, and it'd be like, so what's good, man? Not much, dude. Like, not much is new, and then you talk a little bit about some stuff that's going on. But like, I think it's different for guys and girls, in terms of like how cadence and talking is. And like, sometimes you just want to talk and yap at somebody. And I think that that's like a good test of like a friend, right? Is just going, hey, look, dude, like, I just need somebody to talk to about this thing, and if it's a good friend, they'll listen to you, but you also have to like figure out when they're not a good friend. I've got a lot of people that I know that they've just got terrible friends. It's always like, take. It's hard to find that person, especially since we're living in such like a selfish mindset society now. Try to find somebody who gives and takes, right? Like, it's fine if they want a lot of attention, but if they're not willing to like listen to you as well, like, bro, you just gotta cut it and move on. I think that's the other big issue with trying to find friends, because that's not really a friend. That's just somebody who wants an emotional dump sponge. And that's always rough to navigate as well. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, you think back on it, and it's like, when we were younger, it was a lot easier to make friends, but that was also because, if you think about it, right? Like, you always think back to, oh man, when I was in school, it was so easy to make friends. When I was in college, it was easy to make friends. Well, yeah, because you're forced to be with a whole bunch of people every day, all day. Yeah, well, no, duh. It's going to be a lot easier when you're forced into that position. Honestly, it was easier for me to make work friends when I was forced to be at work with other people. When you are forced to be in a place with other people, you're going to form bonds with them. When I'm just sitting here at home with my dog and everybody's digital, I don't see faces, I don't see anything, it's just easy to ignore them. It's just easy to disassociate with those people. They're just a name, a text on a screen, and I think that's one of the reasons too why it's just so easy to like just cut people out. when it's like digital, right? Like I've had a lot of people through the various channels that I've had that just disappear, and I'm like, man, this person shows up to my stream every day. Like I actually have a vested interest in this person, and then they're just gone. Just one day they just stop showing up. They stop logging into Discord. They don't respond to messages, and you're just left like, damn, that person's gone. Whereas, like, if I knew where they lived, they came to the same bar every Friday, whatever, it'd be a lot more like, I'd be like, damn, where's John at? Like, I gotta go see if John's okay. Like, I don't know. I'm actually concerned because this homie has this, this thing, and I feel like there's a bit more of a personal connection when you connect with people physically versus online. And it's tough too. I used to go to a bunch of anime conventions, and it was hard to even make friends there, even with the same interests and stuff like that. So, if you came here looking for answers on how to make friends as an adult, well, I apologize because, well, I don't really know, because I don't really have that many friends. Yeah. It's tough. But hopefully, listening to me yap about my struggles is kind of resonated with you. I wish I had the perfect answer to be influential and have friends and, make good friends and stuff like that. But it's something that you have to try at. Like, you have to actively get out there and try to make friends, because it's sitting at home by yourself. It isn't it. I think one of the things that I'm going to do, like, once I can start, like, getting out and camping and stuff like that, is maybe find like-minded individuals and just kind of see how things go. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's rough. It's rough. It's rough out here, dudes. But, it is what it is. We've got to struggle. Let me know in the comment section, like, some of your struggles, man. I enjoy hearing other people's perspectives and everything. But as always, if you made it to this point in the video, it costs you nothing to subscribe. If you like it, cool. Comment, let me know. If you dislike it, I really don't care. But I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy, homies. Peace out. We're friends. We're friends.